In life, timing's everything. We do our best to stay on schedule, make lists, set alarms, because one thing you never want to be is late.
Wait up!
See, never be late for a plane with a girl. Because a girl runs like a girl with the little steps and the arms flailing out. You want to make this plane, you got to run like a man. Get your knees up!
Being late's a problem, but sometimes being early's worse, if you know what I mean. You never want to be the team that celebrates before the game's over. Just ask the Falcons. 1 second, they were almost Super Bowl champs, and the next thing you know, they're watching Brady hold the trophy. You can't brag about a victory that hasn't happened, and you can't hype up a bill that hasn't done a darn thing yet, unless you're Joe Biden. Today, our commander-in-chief was taking a victory lap over his massive infrastructure spending bill.
Bipartisan infrastructure law that I signed, and it was a once-in-a-generation investment in our nation's roads, bridges, railroads, ports, airports, water systems, and high-speed internet. I really mean it. This is like a new industrial revolution.
Primetime launched an investigation into Joe Biden's new industrial revolution. $1 trillion, and a year later, and Biden's broken ground on one project. A heated sidewalk in a small New Hampshire town. And the project's not even close to finished, and it won't be before winter. The city of Berlin, New Hampshire, has a 17% poverty rate, but the White House figured they could use a $20 million heated sidewalk. And surprise, surprise, the city residents didn't want it.
What's the worst part about living here?
The worst part about living here is probably just our isolation from like any major stores.
The 45-minute drive to everything.
You know, there's a lot of people in the street here. You know, there's a lot of drugs.
There's just nothing here.
How does it feel to not only be first in the primaries, but the first in the country to get Joe Biden's heated sidewalks?
Honestly, I think that's kind of a waste of money.
We do not need heated sidewalks on Main Street. There's hardly any stores there.
The money could probably be used toward something more beneficial.
It's the stupidest thing they ever came out with. They put heated sidewalks in at the Big Apple, and it ices over and people get injured.
How much do you think these heated sidewalks and roads are going to cost?
Oh, I'm sure a fortune.
$20 million.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
We could rebuild this whole city with that money.
20 million?
Yeah.
Wow.
Why do you think they're doing it?
You know, from my 32 years of experience, this is what I think. You know, some of that money is going into some of their pockets.
Was it a community decision?
No, I don't think it was a community decision.
Would you say heated sidewalks have been high on your priority list?
No, they haven't actually.
No.
No, that's probably the last thing I think about.
It's truly a waste of money.
Honestly, it feels a little embarrassing that we got all that money and that's what we're putting it toward.
If you were the mayor and Joe Biden gave you $20 million, what would you do with it here?
Oh, I'd fix up all the abandoned houses. I'd make more treatment centers, more rehabs.
Is there a big drug problem here, you'd say?
Huge drug problem, yeah.
We need affordable housing.
We get all these four-wheelers that come up here, and we don't have one hotel.
I'd have a homeless shelter for the people.
Programs for people that are addicted to things. I mean, there's a lot of that going on around here.
We have a lot of like drug addicts that live in the woods and stuff here. And it gets below zero all the time. Maybe focus on helping the people. Maybe it's 30 people that live in the woods that are addicted to drugs.
I guess then the homeless people are going to be able to sleep on the sidewalks as well, because we got a lot of them, and I guess they have a nice place to stay warm now, huh?
Primetime is going to be doing a series on Joe Biden's infrastructure projects because someone has to follow where the money's going. Joe has not built a single electric car charging station in 2 years, not a single one. But he's drained our oil reserves. Biden can't make, but he knows how to take, doesn't he? But that's the Biden administration's beat. Remember, never underestimate Joe's ability to F things up. Here he is today, raiding the rainy day fund.
The Department of Energy will release another 15 million barrels from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. Drawdowns from the reserve so far have played a big role in bringing down oil prices, bringing them down.
Joe just told us there was a high chance of nuclear Armageddon. That kind of sounds like the type of emergency you might want to save up for, not Democrats losing the Senate. The rest of the press conference, Joe wasted yelling at OPEC, American energy people, and guys that own gas stations. Our very own stupid son of a bitch, Peter Doocy, asked the White House, what's the strategy?
What makes you think that they are going to listen to an administration that is ultimately trying to put them out of business?
How is the administration trying to put them out of business?
Well, they produce fossil fuels, and this president says he wants to end fossil fuel.
We wanted to show you the rest of her answer, but she didn't make any sense. But then about a minute later, the baguette lover says she's considering banning American oil.
How seriously is the administration considering a ban on U.S. petroleum products?
So everything is on the table?
Did you catch that? The Biden administration is considering banning U.S. petroleum products? I'm going to assume that the French souffle doesn't know what she's talking about and she doesn't know what a petroleum product is. Corinne Jean-Pierre is wearing petroleum products. There's petroleum in her blouse buttons, her high heels, her makeup. But don't worry, Joe's going to restock the reserves when the price dips down to $70 a barrel. But they blocked Trump when he wanted to restock when oil was $24 a barrel. So Joe's draining the stockpile just like he drained the PPE stockpile. Remember? Just like he's draining our weapons stockpile. The cupboards are going to be bare. But don't worry. Biden's going to sell taxpayer oil to the Chinese, the companies with the Hunter connection, and then use the revenues to buy guns for IRS agents. See how this works? American energy companies don't get to drill, create jobs, and make money. The Biden administration just does business directly with the Chi-Coms to prop up Democrats before the midterms. But don't worry. Joe says this has nothing to do with politics.
Is it politically motivated, sir, this
No,
move
it's not.
3 weeks before the midterms?
Look, it makes sense. I've been doing this for how long now? It's not politically motivated at all. It's motivated to make sure that I continue to push on what I've been pushing on.
It's not political because I've been doing it for a long time. Yeah.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.